Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday the 8th of May and we have new mods. We do have some updates too. We've got an update to the wind turbine large and small by Razak Project Mecklenburg 17. The update to this is they've added a wind turbine small as well as the large one. We've got an update to the silage silos by Daniel X321, update to the Massey Ferguson 7700S by STV Modding, and we've got an update to the SIP Orion 120TH or 120th by PolyCount. Those are the updates. We have a new Seasons Geo South Carolina by Adub Modding. As far as mods go today, we have some seriously cool ones. A couple that I would say are groundbreaking, game-changing, possibly. It depends on your view, of course, your perspective, but that's my personal opinion. Getting straight into it, in front of us here, we've got the Krone Easy Collect 602. This is by ModPassion. It does say in the Modhub this is in almost every single way identical to the standard one. It does say required mods is the Krone Big X 580. This header, the addition on this is that you can adjust it up and down yourself manually, obviously depending on the terrain and stuff like that. So what we'll do is hook up to the Easy Collect 602. If I open up the help window to my side, you'll see your usual options. If I press L1 now, I can fold my header, I can turn on my header, I can lower my header as I normally do. But if I press L1, if you look at the bottom of those options, I've now got on my right stick, I can raise and lower it manually into any position I want. So rather than just having, you've got raise, lower and that's it, you do have the option now to adjust manually to a given position that you may decide you want. Will it make any difference to the harvesting? I don't think so. It doesn't say in the Modhub, on the game Modhub, on the Farming Simulator website Modhub, it's not showing as even being a mod today. So it threw me a little bit. It's another one of those ones that suddenly came out of left field. Although it is still turned on and folded up, which is an interesting one. Now I can't turn it off. Oh, okay. Let's open it up. Turn it off. Oh, there you go. Well, it does give you the option to keep it running and fold it up if you want to. That's something I wasn't expecting either. So there you go, that's the first of our mods. That's by ModPassion. We do have another one by ModPassion we're going to have a look at in a moment. But moving on, we've got this here. This is the Lizard VNB14. This is by BlendArt, Spimax and AgroSketch. This will use... the Easy Collect is 5 slots, sorry, on console. This one here is a bale trailer. It has straps. It doesn't have... It's not an auto load or anything like that. It's a basic, simple bale trailer. I do like the fact it has sides. So when you're unloading square bales, when you have a lip, it's quite handy to hook the bale over the lip and you can pull the forks out. I like that as an option. If you're putting round bales in, it does mean your bottom row, when you put them in, can sit nice and snug and aren't going to roll off. Another nice option with this, or a feature, I think, another feature of this. It's a nice mod, very tidy. It is what it is. It's a bale trailer. Like I say, it's not auto load or anything. So we'll have a look at this under tools, under baling technology, I think it is. We've got a lot of mods today that are quite complicated. I say complicated, there's a lot of options, so I'm just trying to remember where things were and how they all work. There we go, the VNB14, 4,500 to buy, and that's only 4 slots. It does say on the website that it's designed, recommended capacity of 14 rounded bales. You can put square bales on it as well, but round bales, you put your bottom row on, then your next row on top of that and strap them all down. So yeah, very nice indeed. That's by BlendArt, Spimax and AgroSketch. Moving on from there, we have got this. We'll grab a tractor in a second. This is the Gorenc Grinder 600. This is by PolyCount. This is a front mounted cultivator. It does say, it refers to it as a crumbler. It crumbles the ground up ahead of the seed or whatever you're doing, so it prepares the seed bed as you go, so you can do a one pass operation if you want to. This on the front with the seeder on the back. Nicely detailed. Lots going on that. Very nice. So on the front we go, because this is the way it's designed to go. Fold it out. Nice smooth unfold. Drop it down. And away we go. This is a 6 metre, I think it is. We will have a look at it in the store, but very nice indeed. This you will find under, I think it was Cultivators, this one. Yes it was, there you go, the Grinder 600. 20 grand to buy, 140 horsepower required, 6 metre width on it. This will use 5 slots. Options available, there are none. You get what you get. I've just suddenly remembered. Sorry. So there you go, that's the Gorenc Grinder 600 by PolyCount. The bale trailer, I didn't show you the options, did I? Sorry. Options available on the VNB 14, which we looked at just before this. We can change the rim colour. Sorry, I just kind of, I don't know why I skipped through that. We can change the main colour to anything on the palette, so quite a few options available. We've got the option of Trelleborg with standard or wides, and then we've got the option of knock-ins on wides. Those are your 2 tyre choices. Sorry, I can't believe I completely forgot that. So, on to the next mod. This is the NMC log trailer pack by North Modding Company, hence NMC. It does say required mod is the Griffin, which is part of their pack, and there are a few bits and bobs that come with the Griffin. For example, you've got the fifth wheel, which is a separate connection, which we'll have to disconnect in a second, but I'll show you that. There are a few mods out by these guys already. This pack has got a load of options on it, and some really nice features. Some fantastic detail as well on these. The packs, look at the backs of those. We've got options as well for a Norwegian number plate, Swedish number plate, or no number plate. I think that one was the Swedish, and that's Norwegian, but we will have a look at the store in a minute. And various different combinations of these can be achieved to give you some incredible loading capacity. We'll also get a dolly as part of this too. But oh, blimey, I mean, this is the one that's the most complicated, I guess, to kind of look at. We'll have a look at installed, and I'll show you the options, how it kind of works. The best way of doing this, for me personally, I found was to go into the brands and then go to NMC. It's just a lot easier. The Griffin's in there already. The heavy haul and the stuff that came with the Griffin is all in here. If I scroll across, we've got the timber trailer, which is part of this pack, the dolly, the ETT90 front trailer, ETT90 back trailer. We've got the ETT90 Griffin module and the Griffin module crane. We've also got the ETT90. So we've got a few, yeah. Oh, did I miss that off? Hang on a minute. Is that the one we had before? Oh man, we've had so many from these guys. Let me just check, and this is what I mean about confusing myself. ETT90 60,900, that's the new one. Right, the one I've got out already is the individual components to make this. But I think it's all had a bit of an update anyway, because it all seems to be part of the pack. Anyway, we'll have a look at everything. It's all here. So the ETT90, we can change the main colour. I just go for the Fent Nature Green, the MrSealyp Green, the more muted version of it now. We can change the rim colour. They're on chromes at the moment, but they're silver and white and beige, and we can go through all the various different options like so if you want to do that. I can't zoom in or out, that's it, because it's a massive bit of kit this. Design colour is for the mudguards, so if I want to change the mudguards, we can do that. Then we've got the option of lizard. We've got lizard plus lift axle, Nokian plus lift axle. So that's your tyre choices. Oh, this just drives me mad, these menus. And then we got flap decal. So at the very back, I don't know if we can't even see the very back. I'll show you another one in a second. We've got flap detail we can change. We've got decal types. Then you've got a long load decal. Then you've got the license plate, which we can't see on this particular model. What I will do is lease that because I don't think I got that one out. In essence, that is these two parts. You've got the rear and the front, and all of these have all been part of the upgrade because all these bits on the back are new and all the decal options are new. So what we'll do is we'll go back into NMC and we'll look at one of those. That's going to be a little bit easier. So we've already looked at the main colour, rim colour, design colour. We've looked at the configuration for tyres. If we look at the decals now, if we go around to the back, we actually get to the back of this one. On the mud flap on the back, we can have decal configuration 2 or standard. If you put it on 2, then go down to decal types. You can have standard, one that says King of the Road, one that says NMC up north on those, but that also puts it on the side of the vehicle as well, if you can just see there. So NMC, King of the Road, NMC up north. And then we have got the option of license plate. If we zoom, I can't zoom any more than that either. We've got one on the back there which is Norwegian, and then the Swedish which is 1, 2, 3. So the Norwegian is 1, 2, 3, 4, the Swedish is 1, 2, 3, and then back to standard again. So those are your options available. Now, like I say, there are a few here. We've got the timber trailer. It might be the dolly and these two that we already had, but they look like they've had an upgrade as well. We've now got this, the ETC Griffin module, which again, I can't remember if we had this before. I think we probably did. But these new ones are designed to work with this, and then there's the module crane, which I think was part of the Griffin pack in the first place. So what the ETT 90, which is the new one, yeah. Sorry, I said it was going to be confusing, didn't I? So that and that, I think, are the two new ones to add into this entire pack. But anyway, all that being said, what we'll do is grab... Make sure I grab the right one. So I'm going to take off the heavy haul bit, which is your fifth wheel, and I'm going to put the back on that's got the crane. So this trailer, the one I'm going to show you, which is the timber trailer, which is one of the new ones, is designed to kind of work with this, with the crane. So we hook that on, we've got the crane back on this, and we can drive back and hook up to this one, which is the timber trailer. This is the kind of the new bit. Well, on the timber trailer, if I press L1 and X, the bunks all move forward. Your first thoughts might be, okay, why? What's the point of that? Well, it's incredibly clever, you see. Because if you've got this front section on with the crane, if you are going to be using the crane and not loading with something else, what you can do is if you open your crane up, like so, and then if we do that to open our crane out, the beauty with this is I can load up this section here, I can load up this section here, all from here. So I can load both lots up, no problem at all. Then if I go back to that rear trailer, once that's loaded, I do that, I can send that whole bunk backwards with its logs on, like so, and then I can load this middle section. I think that's brilliant. So I've in effect loaded the front and the rear, but just sent the rear even further backwards. Then I can load the middle section up, all from that single crane, which gives you far more options available, especially if you're operating solo, out in the sticks, so to speak. I like that. I think that's a really nice feature. Very, very clever. Anyway, what we'll do is disconnect that, because the one that I didn't get, because of all the bits that are part of this pack, I'll go and grab now. So as you can see, this is in effect all of those separate component parts, but you can buy them as one setup. So apart from the timber trailer I just showed you, all of these bits here that I'm just bringing out are these bits that we originally had. So you've got the dolly, you've got the front section, and you've got the rear section. They all come as one as part of this pack. So you've got the dolly at the front there, you've got that section, and that section all comes as one. What I am going to check though, of course, would make sense as well. That's 60,900 and you get all three of those. 28, 24, that's 52. Same price, identical. You just get it all in one rather than separate units. That's interesting then. It's a puzzler because it's all the same stuff. It just comes as one package. I could understand it if it was a lot cheaper, maybe, and you think, okay, well, it's well worth me doing like that. But for all intents and purposes, it's exactly the same. If I just go to that now, go to the rear one, disconnect that. That's the rear section. Disconnect that. That's the front section. Disconnect that. That's your dolly. So that's the new stuff out today. For me, the wow one is the timber trailer. I like that. I think that's such a clever idea to be able to load that and do it like that. But anyway, sorry it took a little bit longer than it needed to, or should have done. I told you it was going to be confusing. Anyway, moving on. These. Now, this again was one of those ones I looked in the mod tab when the mods dropped and thought, why do we need another Valtra N series? Not another one, but you know, okay, it's a Valtra N series. So what? Well, this is by Chris. And rather than so what, it's wow. I love this. This is absolutely... I mean, look at that. I know tracks aren't everyone's cup of tea, but the options available on this thing are incredible. And this one here with the wides on. Oh, look at that. That's some meat right there, isn't it? Now, these are incredibly nice, neat, tidy mods. Loads and loads of detail. Loads and loads of options. It will use 41 slots, which is fairly high, I guess, for a smaller tractor. But we'll have a look at the options available. And like I say, there are a ton. And what is also incredibly incredible is on the back of this one, normal 3-point link. On the back of this one, rear loader. Front loader attachments on the rear. Oh yes. Now this may have been on PC before, I don't know, but it certainly has not been on console. I've not come across this as an option before, having a rear front loader. I know there are lots of adapters and various different things to allow you to use front loader tools and stuff, but this is a dedicated... Wow. So, let's have a look at it installed first. This is under small tractors. The standard in-game one there, the N series, 121 grand, 14 slots. So if you just switch those two digits round, we get that, the N series. Same price, 41 slots, bit of a jump up, but the options available make it well worth it. We can change the rim colour to anything on that colour palette, should you choose to do so. We can change the main colour. Now, on this one, we've got the options of blue, red, orange, yellow, green, black, grey, and then an olive. But in each one you've got a metallic option as well. So we've got the blue, then a metallic blue. The metallics aren't to everyone's taste, not everyone likes them. Red, a metallic red. Orange, metallic orange. Yellow, metallic yellow, goes almost, well, it's a gold kind of colour, but yeah, metallic yellow. And then we've got green, metallic green, black, metallic black. Metallic black's a little bit harder to see until you get something sort of glint off it. Was that not metallic black? Matte black, sorry. That's why. We've got white, grey, metallic grey. Not a bad one. Matte grey. And then we've got matte olive and olive. So those are your options on colours, quite a few. Then we come to our options for wheel brands. Under Trelleborg, we can have standards, reversed front tread, wheel weights, wides, extra wides, and that's only available on the Trelleborgs, the extra wides, but that looks mean. Does look nice. Wides and weights, rear twins, narrows, rear twin narrows, which is rather nice as well. That looks quite cool too. And back to standard. We've also then got knock-ins, we've got communal and wide communal. Don't often get that as an option, but very nice indeed. We've then got Michelin, standard, reverse front tread, wheel weights, wides, rear twins, back to standard. Miters, standard, reverse front, wheel weights, rear twins, back to standard. So it's the trailer bogs that give you the really wide ones, but then if we go from miters, we've then got lizards, and with the lizards you get the crawler tracks. I think that looks brilliant. Really do like that. But that's again my own personal choice. I like tracks on. I think they look really cool. Then we've got the option for design. If we look in the back window, we've got standard or twin track. That gives you the reverse driving option, which also then becomes more relevant for the next thing or the next couple of things. So yeah, you can have it with or without the reverse driving option. We can have no beacon lights, left, right, both. Then we've got engines as well, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting too. We have got N134 active, 145 horsepower, N145E active, 165 horsepower, then the N174 active, 201, and then we've got the N174 active, 57 km/h. Horsepower stays the same, but you get a bit of a boost in the top speed. I think it changed it from 31 up to 36, I think it is. We'll have a check of that because I've got one as one and one as the other. And then we've got front loader attacher, yes or no, allo console, then it says rear loader, and that's where it changes. Bang, rear loader, and then back to no again. That rear loader, that's brilliant. Fantastic. Then on the top we've got no GPS, GPS. On console the GPS unit has no function whatsoever, it's just on there to look nice. Then we've got on the back warning signs, so we've got no warning signs. Warning signs 1, warning signs 2, which puts indicator stalks on and a higher triangle. Then we've got triangle on its own, back to nothing. So a few different options there. So you can see why it's 41 slots. There's a lot going on there to render all of this in. So let's jump in this one first. Sounds nice, looks nice. For a small unit, nice aggressive stance to that. For a small tractor at 201 or 209, can't remember now. But this one does 31 miles an hour. This is the larger engine size, but the 31 mile an hour version. What we do also have, if we have a look inside, very nice, neat and tidy. Cycle throw light options, like so. But we do have up here, got to get these right, is it R1 and right stick down, we can open to the kind of visor on the sunroof, which I think that's brilliant. What a cool feature. But we've also got is L1 and R1, I'll get this right, L1 and R1, right stick up and down opens and closes the rear window. So L1, R1, right stick up and down does the rear window. L1, R1 and right stick left and right opens and closes the door, and then L1, R1 and left stick up and down opens and closes, side to side opens and closes the sunroof. So you can open the visor on the sunroof and open the sunroof as well. So quite a few options on what you can do with regard to those configurations. Now this one I didn't go with the reverse drive, I just got it standard as is. But what we'll do is we'll jump out. Oh, that was the other thing, fold tractor. L1 and X puts your beacon down. So if you're going under low hanging obstacles, you can avoid damaging your beacons as well if you want to. So then we come on to this one. Options are exactly the same on doors, on the door, the rear window, the visor, the sunroof, lights, beacons. L1 and X brings the beacons up, brings them down again. Light options, etc, etc. But when we reverse up now, I just think that is brilliant. Imagine having one on the front and one on the back as well. the options it kind of would give you for doing stuff. So if you're driving out and you've got something on there, but then when you get where you want to go, if you're doing bales or something like that, if I do L1, R1 and X, change my driving position, so then I can drive normally, I accelerate forward the same way, and it just changes all the controls around. It makes life actually pretty cool. And from in-cab, I can use my functions just like that, so I can have front and rear. That is absolutely brilliant. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's is that going to catch if I raise and lower it though? It's going to clip into the window, isn't it? It does clip into the window. So if you don't want to see that, if that's going to something to annoy you, you might want to keep the window closed. But I think that's a phenomenal feature. I absolutely love that. Now I don't think we can put the indicator stalks away. But that is pretty cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that's such a brilliant little mod. It just, and I don't mean little as in it's not detrimental or derogatory in any way, shape or form. Little because it's under small tractors. Small and mighty. I absolutely loved that. What a brilliant bit of kit. So yeah, tons of options, tons of stuff going on. That's by Chris. Wow. Moving on to the last of the mods today, and this is another one of those. Wow. Had enough of those boring, ordinary sheds. Looking for something a little bit different? This is definitely the shed for you. This is the Easy Sheds pack by DD ModPassion. And it's a shed. Fine. What's the fuss about? Well, if I decide, you know what I could do with a hayloft. I haven't got a lot of space. I need to store loads of stuff. Let's get stuff out of the way, shall we? And increase our storage capacity. If I go up to this and press circle, there's a pool of water underneath where the bottom section can go down into underground, and you get that. So you can, I just think it's mind-boggling, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so if you put it in the down position, bring all your bales in off the field, get all your bales stacked on there, boom, up you go, stick them up out the way, then get you some vehicles underneath and that kind of stuff, whatever you want to do. Maximising and doubling your storage. Yes, it goes higher, but in most areas height isn't the problem, it's space around the bottom where you have your problem. So the fact that you can now maximise that space by going up, I just think absolutely brilliant. Now I wouldn't use it as one of these, you know, you get the parking structures where you put your car in and it goes off like this up into the thing. I wouldn't want to put stuff on that and then put it under. Actually, you know what? There's a couple of things we'll need to try. Right. Something I noticed when I was trying to do my thumbnail is this. And it is my only concern with this, I'll be honest. If I put bales and stuff on here, I'm worried about how they're going to react and interact. So if I do that, put it about there. Doesn't actually really matter, but if I do that and put it up, that's all well and good, isn't it? Well, you could use it as a fancy mechanised sheep dip if you want to take all your sheep onto there, sink the whole thing down and give them a bit of a wash. Now, I know Alien Jim had this when he had his workshop lift, and you had to go right forward because if you brought the lift down and you weren't in the correct position, it would leave the vehicle hanging in mid-air. So the question then is, when that comes down, it does momentarily, and then it does again there momentarily, which is what it did when I did my thumbnail. That's okay with a tractor, but what if it does that with bales? And now it's dropped down. That's my only worry, is depending on what you put on here, you could have bales flinging all over the place. Square bales wouldn't be as bad. It's a minor thing when you look at the, you know, the cool factor. While that's going up, I'm just going to grab another tractor. Bear with me a second. You can see where this is going, can't you? I'm just incredibly curious. One, will this go under here? Yes, it will. This again could save you money on a jet wash. Will that store that underwater, or will that cause problems? How bizarre. Secret lair. Well, there you go. That's mind-boggling. Really cool though. I like it. I think it's brilliant. You'll find this under placeables, under sheds. It's only 24 grand. And it'll use 3 slots, that's all. It may need a bit of a tweak, it may need a bit of an update, possibly if you're getting vehicles stuck, and obviously the bale situation. I haven't been able to try everything. It's not possible to try every pallet, every modded pallet, everything that could possibly be stored on there. But as you've just seen, you might get the odd little thing hang momentarily. But yeah, there you go. Love it. Absolutely love it. So there you go. That's Easy Sheds packed by DD ModPassion, and that rounds off the mods for Friday. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. Enjoy it. Take care. Stay safe. I hope you've enjoyed it. Found it useful and informative. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.